Well, we finally have a good, huge win for truckers, even though it's temporary. Yes, the FMCSA is delaying the speed limiter rule, and I think they're going to keep delaying it. So back since forever, FMCSA has been trying to push the speed limiter mandate rule out for all semi-trucks to be equipped with a speed limiter on their truck, which can be controlled by an ECU device, basically saying if your truck is a glider truck, you should be exempt and you want to have a speed limiter in your truck. But they want to make it a rule that all trucks going to have speed limiters, which is a big no-no, and it's going to be a lot more dangerous than having trucks with no speed limiters on. But as of right now, the speed limiter rule is being pushed back to May 2025. Back in 2023, they pushed it back to 2024. I mean, this started basically back in 2022. It basically started in 2016, as far as I heard. And now they're pushing it back to May of 2025. Not sure what the date is, but it's a huge win for truckers. They're delaying it because FMCSA is not stupid in terms of, in my opinion, to upset the American public, the general public, which is most of us truck drivers. And what it's 16,000 or whatever thousand said on the comments, no, we do not want speed limiters because it will be a hazard. And why is there talk of speed limiters in the first place? It's because of the big mega carriers. The mega carriers are the ones responsible because they don't care. They already have speed limiters on their trucks. They don't care. They're not losing any money in terms of delivering the load slower. They're already speed limited. While they want to basically pluck out the owner-operator out of the trucking community, out of the trucking industry, and basically have them struggle because us owner-operators can make deliveries a lot faster than them company drivers and mega fleets, because we can actually go the speed limit of 70, 75, 80, even 85 miles an hour if it's legal to do so, because there's one part in Texas where you can go 85. Not that I recommend it to go that fast in a truck, but yes, we can go the speed limit and pass and get on time and make realistic deliveries on the realistic appointments, as opposed to mega carriers, which are pretty much always late for their appointments because they cannot even go the speed limit. In my opinion, the FMCSA is going to keep delaying the speed limiter rule mandate, and they're not even going to come out with it because of how what I see, how much they're delaying it, and how much the general public, us truckers, actually don't want the speed limiters on our trucks. And here's a few reasons why I don't think it's going to happen. Reason number one is there is a government agency or something passed by Congress or some group of people in Washington are going to pass a bill, some kind of act stating that FMCSA just can't simply impose rules on the trucking industry just like that, which means they cannot impose the speed limiter rule just like that. And I think that's going to come out, and it's going to be illegal for like FMCSA and CARB and CVSA or whatever, or the DOT, to just impose some bogus rules without going through Congress first. And why I don't think it's going to happen, because it's going to be a huge hit to our infrastructure right now, for the trucking infrastructure, which is we are in a trucking recession. And if they do it exactly right now, it's going to collapse the trucking economy big time. This is basically a huge win for truckers, because I personally don't see the FMCSA actually pushing out the speed limiter rule mandate on us truckers, and it's a huge win so far until May of 2025. Now, I don't believe it's going to happen, but if it's going to happen, we're going to have speed limiters on trucks. Here's what I think is going to happen. First of all, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be a lot more road rages between truckers and cars, like guns coming out of people's windows and shooting truckers for going slow because people are actually that dumb, and also people passing their right shoulder. It happened to me a few times. Well, even if I'm going the speed limit, they're like, okay, let's pass on the right shoulder because we don't like how slow you go. So there's gonna be a lot of traffic jams, because imagine you're a heavy truck going up a hill, a lighter truck going the same speed as you is gonna pass you because the heavier truck is gonna go slow down up the hill. But what happens when you level out on the hill? You're gonna create a long line of traffic jam behind, because neither one of you is gonna pass. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. More traffic jams, loads being delivered a lot slower, and more accidents. And besides, there's going to be there's more accidents at 25 miles an hour involving semi-trucks than there is at freeway speeds. And guess what? With those mega carriers also, even though they have speed limiters, they have a lot more speeding violations, because they speed through work zones, they speed through little zones as much as their truck can push instead of driving the speed limit, because they're like, we got to catch up on time on areas where the speed limits are slower. And also, if they're going to mandate a speed limiter rule mandate, let's just say you can't grab a tuner or a device or a diagnostic tool or a scanner for your semi-truck and just change the speed limiter on your truck. Who's going to stop you? I mean, almost every owner-operator owns a scanner or a tuner tool to do and change things on their truck's ECU. It's that simple, and every shop has one of them that can change the speed on your truck. And also, if you're gonna do a speed limiter rule mandate, you gotta put up signs that say truck speed limit, like they have in California and Indiana and Michigan and those states that have a different speed limits for commercial vehicles as opposed to cars. So unless there's gonna be a sign that says truck speed limit, I'm going the speed limit. If I don't have a limiter, like a brand new truck with a limiter, I'm gonna go speed limit because it says the speed limit on there. Okay, it doesn't say truck speed limit. What law am I breaking by going the speed limit? I don't think any cop will stop you for basically going the speed limit. Like, I don't see that happening. So unless they put up signs when they pull out the speed limiter mandate that says trucks are limited to a certain amount of speed, like say speed limit on the freeway 70, but then it says truck speed limit 65. Okay, then yeah, I get it. But if they don't have those signs out, guess what? I'm going like the rest of the flow of the traffic. I'm not gonna have a speed limiter. And besides, there's gonna be a lot of angry truckers. No one's gonna listen. The speed limiter rule is bogus. It's just gonna come out and no one's even gonna follow it. Now, if the government does figure out how to make this rule applicable and we are forced to do speed limits, don't panic. It's not the end of the world. Keep on trucking, because us truckers can unite and form a strike, and they'll take that off. Or if they don't take that off, guess what? Demand higher pay, more detention time, demand higher paying loads, demand more cents per mile if you're a company driver, because guess what? You're going slower, you deserve more pay. That's what's gonna have to end up happening. So if you're a trucker sticking this together, I'm pretty sure that even if we have the speed limiter rule, we'll figure something out and it's not gonna bother us at all. Also, this will be my last speed limiter rule update from the FMCSA until May of 2025, or unless I hear something otherwise.
Not canceled. Guys, I'm Eddie B. 2004 turn right. This particular package.
Driving attempt on the 6 Series.